Hello beautiful people, so today I wanted to show you guys how I usually study as a visual learner. And yes, I'm usually a visual learner. Like, I'm this kind of a student who, whenever I want to study, like I cannot study something that does not have color or does not have pictures, I just end up sleeping. And I realized that I was a visual learner from when back I was in primary school, because I was this kind of in primary I was this kind of a student that if that book does not have pictures, if that book does not have cartoons, I ain't reading it. And that's when I realized that I depend on visual. So from then I usually found myself that whenever I'm reading a book, something like a novel, and it doesn't have any pictures, I cannot even go to more than 3 pages. And that's why until today I'm not usually a novel person. Like, if I have a novel, I'll just keep on using highlighters to write all over the place, because I realize that I depend on that color for me to be able to concentrate. So today I'd like to show you how I usually study as a visual learner. So first things first, everyone usually has an exercise book. I'm sorry for how my exercise book looks messy. This is 4 years old, man. This thing is 4 years old. So during classes, we usually take notes like any other normal student. So during classes, when I take notes, I usually make sure that my notes are mixed with colors in such a way that I use red for the topic, and then for the subtitles I use something like black, and then I use blue in the other areas. Then anytime that I study and maybe I see something in my textbook, or I watch a video and I see something that isn't in my notes, I usually try and kind of highlight it here with a pencil or a different color of a pen, so that whenever I'm reading my book, I can realize that this is something that I added, and I can keep on skimming through it whenever I'm passing through my notes. And then apart from my exercise book, I usually also use my textbook, because at times you find that when exams are being said, there's some things that are not in the exercise books, and even at times you usually miss classes. Like, at times you might be busy and you missed a class and you just have to go through the book. I know most people are usually scared of the med-surg book because it looks quite big and it looks quite hard to study, but you can always make your book easier to study if you just follow a few simple steps. Let's say you're studying something okay, let me bring the camera nearer so they can show you. So let me give you an example here. I was studying the function of the gallbladder. So when you get to a point let's say this point that says the bile salts help in emulsification of fats. So if this place was just empty, I could have just skimmed through and there's nothing important here. But if it is possible for me to be able to highlight such points whenever I'm studying, I just have to skim through and see bile salts emulsification. As in, it becomes so easier for you if you're a visual person, if you just highlight simple things like this, and you keep on every time you read something like a function, you just highlight it, and it becomes easy for you to study and just skim through instead of reading the whole page. You can compare with this place. It's so hard for me to skim through because I'm looking at this place right now and I'm not even seeing anything that looks familiar. But when it looks like this, it looks a little bit different. It becomes even easier for you to study. Yeah. Then the other thing I do is use use of flashcards. Right now I don't have my flashcards around, but I'll show you guys how I usually make flashcards in a way that you can print them and have real ones that you can just carry with yourself when you go for clinicals, when you go for attachments, when you go for classes. Flashcards are usually so easy because you can just have the cards around, and whenever just sitting in class and you don't feel like reading your book, you can just go through the flashcards and you can end up getting more content than someone who is reading their book. So today I don't have the flashcards, but I'll be using these papers to show you how I usually make the flashcards. So you just need small pieces of paper, most especially of same sizes. You can just take a whole big paper and then use to cut the other pieces. So for example, let's say I want to study the endocrine system. So I just take the pieces of paper and just try and write short notes that are easy, very brief. So I'll just write here. Then let's say for endocrine system, usually just want to know which source it is, like the organ itself, and then which hormone acts there and what is the action of that hormone. So I'll just be like writing it into, can I say, tables like that. So like I start with let's say adrenal gland. Then I'll just come here and write, let's say we're starting with the cortex, adrenal cortex. I'll come here and write the hormone. We have mineralocorticoid, and here we have aldosterone. Then we have glucocorticoid, and here we have cortisol, and then we have adrenal androgens. Then here I'll just come and briefly write the action, like for aldosterone, to increase sodium absorption. And then cortisol, it affects metabolism and to regulate blood glucose. So here I'll just write metabolism, or we can add something like glucose metabolism. Then the androgens, then you come for the androgens, you write converted to testosterone. Then you just continue like this for each and every other organ. So you can write the medulla here. Then after you're done with that, you come to another hormone. You discuss the thyroid hormone, all those other hormones. So I'm done with like the first page, because I'll be doing the other ones in the other pieces of paper. So like for this one, the things I'll be doing is just to make it colorful, because I told you like I love visual. So you just decorate it in your own way, like circling it like this, and something like this, you just highlight in your own way. And I'll just continue like just doing it like me actually like it, especially if it just looks shabby, so that it is like it looks so easy for me to study. So let me do that and then I'll show you. So this is how it looks like. So I usually just create things that look like this. So it is so easy. Like if you just come here and look at the pancreatic cells, insulin, decreased blood sugar, glucagon, increased blood sugar, calcitonin, decreased calcium levels. So it is so easy. You can imagine if you're carrying this thing with you, like even you go for clinicals, just remove it and it will never get out of your mind. So this is just the written one, but I'll be showing you guys how I usually do the printed one, because the printed ones I usually use my laptop and they end up looking so cute and so easy to read. So these are just the written ones. So I'll be making the other ones, the printed ones, and I'll be showing you guys, and you guys can tell me like if you'd like me to create more of such videos, and also like to create some of these things for you guys, and maybe you can buy them at just a giveaway price. You can tell me down on the comment section. So I'll be finishing the rest of it, and I hope I helped someone with that. So if you are a visual learner and like to know how to like study as a visual learner, use flashcards, use a short notebook, know how to highlight your notes in your textbook, know how to highlight your notes in your exercise book. Don't just write notes that are so hard to like read, especially in your like this. For me, at times that I used to write notes that are of the same color, like just look at this, they are all of the same color, and this is just so tiresome for me, because I don't even know where the heading is, I don't know where the subtitle is, everything is just flowing in the same color and becomes so hard. So using different colors makes it so easier and makes it so easy. Like you can just come and check the heading and the subtitles, and you just like go. And so would you guys like to see how I usually create the printed ones, and are you guys like interested like I can create more of the printed ones? Like just I'll show you an example of what I mean in a picture here, so that I can just create the printed ones and I can like give it to you guys, like at times as a prize and also at times like at giveaway price. So you can just tell me guys if you're interested in that. And thank you for watching this video. I hope it was of help to you, and see you on my next video. Bye bye.